I'm made aware of the energy of a Kiwi indigenous man. I believe he's I believe he's from New Zealand. He has dark skin, he's very thin. His knees and his elbows and his feet are chalky with sand. He has paint on his face. His hair is tied up in thick braids so that it goes out in all directions. And it's still dark, but it's laced with gray. And he's wearing some kind of leaf-based loincloth. And he has a staff and he's dancing on the beach. But it's not a sense of celebration, there's a sense of reception to something unwanted. His eyes are large and just pools of wisdom. And my mind goes, as I focus in on his energy, to the invasion of that land and the decimation of the indigenous people. There's a story that goes that the indigenous people on one of the particular islands were so engrossed in an activity that revolved around spirituality that as the invaders pulled in their ships, they didn't even look up the indigenous people. But that has been proven to be untrue. And I'm not going to surmise why that story would be told. Maybe it is true, but I think the pervading theory is that it's not true. There's anger in this gentleman's stance. There's defiance and power. And I think that many people, particularly those in the United States, could potentially take this to a place of invaders and coming to lands that aren't your own and making them your own, and the ways in which people who come to the United States in this day and age are not welcomed by many people and treated as though they don't belong. We could go there, but that doesn't feel like his message. His message feels like one of enduring strength, even in the face of destruction. That his spirit has remained, as we all know it has, but that the spirit of his strength has remained too, for his people, but also across the world, for all people who have been decimated in some way by more powerful entities. That this strength still endures, that the loss of life, the loss of culture, the destruction of a way of life and a way of being did not destroy anything, that those ways of being still exist. And now my intuition takes me to the white buffalo calf woman prophecy and the understanding within certain Native American indigenous peoples that eventually the white people will come to them with a desire to learn and gain wisdom, and there will be a level of togetherness someday. And that's a hopeful thing, I think, and I think many would agree. This idea of holding hands, I see hands of all different shades being held and standing in circles and growing in wisdom and ascension energy. And I think that this man, this indigenous man in New Zealand that I'm sensing. And I think I'm sensing a very old energy, medicine man, if I didn't say that before, is reminding us that while a lot of cultures have been decimated by greed and the desire for power, those cultures still stand. Even if not one individual remains standing, the culture stands. Culture can't be destroyed. Beliefs can't be destroyed. And he's saying something about love for the earth and care for the earth, and that those who are prioritizing that are helping to push forward this time of new peace and togetherness. And he's trying to give hope to those who are decimated, perhaps in smaller ways, perhaps not culturally and not as a large group of people, but individuals who are being decimated by power and greed, who are made unhoused or whose children are taken away or who are accused of things they did not do, people like that. He's giving hope to. Even if they did do the thing and they're accused of it, he's giving hope to them too, that there is a new time coming, a golden age of togetherness and hope and peace. And I see his countenance shifting from one of defiance to one of almost relief. And I see him turning now and walking away from the beach toward his hut and preparing for the day ahead. So it's a message of hope, of togetherness, even in the face of impossible odds. Thank you.